Namaste, this is your Maulika. Today's video is the fifth episode of the Mahabharata. In the previous episode, I told you that two holy men took the ashes of Pandu and Madri, and with Kunti and her five sons, they went to Hastinapura. Back in Hastinapura, when everyone heard the news of the death of Pandu and Madri, they were shocked and there was a complete grief in the kingdom. After a few days, Bhishma that he decided that he has to teach his 105 words. And after much thought, he realized that he has to appoint a teacher to teach them and make them a skilled warriors. So later, at last, he appointed Kripa. Kripa and his sister Kripi were found in the bushes near Hastinapura in King Santanu's period. A Kuru soldier had found them. Kripa, when he was like they were small children, he was a little boy and she was a little girl. Kripa that time was holding a bow and an arrow in one hand, and he would not let go of those two. When they were brought to the king, King Santanu saw them, and then after a lot of time, he told that I think they might be the children of Brahmins, and he must be a skilled archer. I will name him Kripa, and his sister will be named as Kripi, and let them stay here. So Kripa and Kripi had grown in Hastinapura in the royal palace. So Kripi was then married to Drona, son of sage Bharadvaja. So now Kripi and Drona had a child named Ashwatthama. They were very poor. So one day Ashwatthama was playing with his friends. That time he didn't have milk as they were very poor. Kripi used to give him rice water as milk. He was small, he didn't know the difference. So when his friends were like, do you want to drink milk? And they gave him rice water. So after he drank, they mocked him, telling that's rice water, you don't know what's the taste of milk. So he had come home crying that day. Kripi and Drona tried to console him, but he was unconsolable. He was a very small boy, so he did not know what is poor, like why I don't get milk and all. So now Drona was like, I have failed as a father. He felt very disappointed. Then he remembered Drupad. Drupad and Drona studied in Drona's father Bharadvaja's ashram. So they both were friends. Even Drupad was studying under sage Bharadvaja. So they were nice friends. Now Drupad was a king of Panchala. And now Kripi and Drona were staying in that kingdom only. So Drona went to Drupad, telling that you are my friend, do you remember and all. After some time, Drupad was getting very angry. He was like, you are a Brahmin and you are not my equal. I have friends of my equals. My friends are kings. And you are a lazy, poor, and a not hardworking person. How do you call me as your friend? Get out. So he had insulted him. Drona felt very bad. So he took a vote to take revenge against Drupad. So now Drona, he had to do something. He can't, so he decided to go to Hastinapura. And as he was crossing the gates of the Hastinapura, these Kauravas and Pandavas were playing. They were playing with a ball, and that ball had fallen into a well. They were struggling to take it. Drona saw it. So he was like, wait, let me give you the ball. So he took a handful of durva grass. He took one durva grass and aimed it such that the durva grass went exactly at the middle of the ball and pierced it. Again, he took another durva grass which connected to that durva grass. Like that, he made a stick, and at the end, it was the ball. He pulled out the stick from the well, and out came the ball. Now the boys who had seen this, they were very excited. They wanted to know how he did this. So they went to Bhishma. They were like, there's one teacher for us. We want him as a teacher. When Bhishma came out, it was Dronacharya. So after Kripa, actually first Kripacharya was appointed as that teacher. After that, Dronacharya was appointed as that teacher. Now after he taught them all the arts of battle and all, at the last he decided to test. He made a dummy sparrow and he placed it on a tree. Then he called all his students, telling them, aim at the eye of the bird. First, he called Yudhishthira as he is the eldest of all of them. Then he told, now aim at that eye of the sparrow. Tell me, what do you see? Yudhishthira was like, I see my hand, I see you, I see the tree, I see the bird. Then Dronacharya told him to move aside. Duryodhana and all of them told this itself. At last came Arjuna. When when he was asked, what do you see? Arjuna replied, I see only the eye of the bird. Drona rejoiced. At least one of his students had realized what he wanted to teach them. Even Ashwatthama too told that he could see a hand, he could see his guru, he could see the tree, he could see the bird. So then, when Dronacharya thought that Arjuna has accomplished this task, he was very happy. At last, when all these boys came to him telling that, now tell me, what do you want as Guru Dakshina? Then actually it was a custom of those days of gurus that they have to ask something from the students. So he was like, that time he remembered about Drupad. He was like, my dear students, go to Panchala and there's that King Drupad, bring him to me. So all of them went. But King Drupad had defeated everyone. Only Arjuna managed to get him to Dronacharya. And when he came to Dronacharya, he was like, now do you remember that you had told me, you had insulted me that time? Now, will you agree our friendship? Drupad was like, yeah, I agree of friendship. But deep inside his heart, he wanted to take revenge of Dronacharya. So, he had did an yagna. Like with fire, he pleased the gods and he got a son and a daughter. He was amazed by Arjuna's bravery. So he wanted a son who would kill Dronacharya and a daughter who would later marry Arjuna. And that's it for this episode. If you really like my video, then please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.